God, realization, full circle kind of moment. In my 20s, I believe I made friends with some Scottish people that I was working with, and we were travelling around northern New South Wales. They were Scottish, English, and Irish. We're travelling around northern New South Wales, and we're selling timeshare. And they were really into dance music. So I was listening to it a lot because I was playing on the radio, and playing on the, in the car. And Fatboy Slim, Paul Van Dyke, Sasha, all these old school DJs. We're talking back in the probably year 2000, probably 1999 this was, 1999. And yeah, so I started loving DJs. So my fascination with dance music started there. And Fatboy Slim, around that time, did a big DJ set on Brighton Beach. I was fascinated. I'd never seen Brighton Beach before. I was like, wow, that looks pretty cool. And just the thing of one of these, my favourite DJs playing on the beach, I thought, how free and cool is that? Fast track, a couple of decades, I'm in Mexico. And I still like dance music, but I see that a big popular DJ, Armin van Buuren, didn't really follow him that much, was playing New Year's Eve on the beach in Playa del Carmen. I thought, wow. It had been a really shitty year, 2013 this was. I'd gone through a massive breakup. It was horrible, it was nasty, splitting up a house. Amongst that, I became redundant from a job that was holding me together. I was a complete basket case. And another story, but I ended up going back to Mexico, where I had previously lived with those people that I used to sell timeshare with in Mexico. So I went back to where I felt comfortable and had some friends. And yeah, here I am, New Year's Eve. I had a new boyfriend, Mexican boyfriend, as you do. And I am going to see this big DJ. I didn't really know much about him, but he was amazing. He was on the beach, dancing on the sand, massive screens. I've never been to a festival like this. I've never been to anything like this before. I'd been to Madonna and Michael Jackson back in the day, but nothing like this. This is just many people on the beach, dancing, drinking. This obviously closed off because I had to buy a ticket. But the massive screen, huge lasers, it was fireworks. The sound was amazing. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but it was my jam. It was the start of my jam. Absolutely fell in love with Armin van Buuren from then. The next year, I saw Paul Van Dyke playing on the beach down in Tulum. That was amazing. I'd seen him actually on my 25th birthday in New York, because I happened to be selling timeshare there at the stage too, and I'm living just out in Cape Cod. Yeah, I've got a whole big story. But anyway, so back to music. So Paul Van Dyke was one of my favourite DJs back in the day. He was fabulous. I think I saw Basement Jaxx too. It was amazing. So anyway, that started me off in this kind of dance festival. Yeah, listen to DJs again. So fully into music. COVID was just about to start, and I saw that a new DJ that I was really getting into, a guy called Gareth Emery, American guy, was playing at a festival in Sydney called Transmission. I thought, wow, that sounds cool. And there was a whole lot of other DJs, and Paul Van Dyke was playing there too, actually. And I thought, okay, that's a no-brainer. My sister lives in Sydney. I can go stay with her, and I can go see this festival where you see a whole lot of DJs. So off I went, and amazing, amazing. It was another level. Warehouse with a lot of people, and I just, yeah, completely blew my mind. Then I started listening to Armin van Buuren. He has a live on a Friday morning Australian time. I believe it's Thursday night in Europe that he plays it. But I wake up
my Friday
on a
listening to it
Friday morning
and
and
I get to hear
have a good
live
weekend, guys.
Armin van
I'm
Buuren,
off
and I
to
love
play
it.
Festival X in Brisbane, Australia. I'm like, what the? What? He's playing tonight? So I quickly Googled if I could get a ticket to this festival. And this became, yeah, I went that afternoon. I live in Brisbane anyway, just outside of Brisbane, so that wasn't too hard a mask to do. But I went and saw him. One of my mates that I used to listen to music back in the day to, he went too, and his mate, so I caught up with them. It was amazing. I saw Armin van Buuren again on on Australian soil. I saw Calvin Harris. I saw Steve Aoki. Oh my God, 3 really huge DJs. I was like, okay, I'm starting to tick off, instead of ticking off countries, I'm ticking off DJs. And this started being, the pandemic too. So no music for a little while, but, obviously I wasn't even also traveling. So I started getting into music, following a lot more Armin stuff, a lot more Gareth Emery stuff, all the DJs. And then basically I just started seeing more and more DJs. Mostly Gareth Emery. I've been a few times to see him, 3 times actually, in Sydney. He's been coming for the last couple of years. Doesn't come to Brisbane, but that's okay. I'll go to Sydney, visit my sister too. Seen Armin van Buuren. I did a double. I saw him on a Friday night in Brisbane. The next morning I flew to Sydney and saw him again, and he happened to be playing another transmission with Gareth Emery, so that was great. So yeah, my fascination with dance music is back. I haven't been traveling, but my music, ticking off seeing different DJs, especially this year. I've seen Faithless, what's left of Faithless, because one of the main people has passed away, but Sister Bliss is the main person in Faithless now. Amazing. She's amazing. I saw Marlo, another DJ, I can't remember his name, an English guy. He was pretty good actually. I thought I'd get a bit of, difference in me, like trying to see different DJs I've never really heard of. They're really popular, so that was good. I saw Nick Skitz. Nick Skitz is another Australian DJ that does a lot of mashups. He was really popular back in the day. Saw him. Who else have I seen this year? Oh, yeah. I saw Armin again. Sorry, not Armin. Gareth Emery. I was literally, as you do, sitting on the toilet, looking at your phone. Saw on Instagram that Gareth Emery was in Melbourne. I was like, what the hell? I didn't even know he was in Australia. And then I saw the next thing that he was flying to Sydney. I was like, what? So I'm yelling out to Diego going, oh my God, Gareth Emery's in Sydney tonight. I'm like, quick, can you Google me flights? I'm like literally seeing if I can get a ticket. It's a new festival called Hyperdome. I literally just booked the flights, booked the ticket, then rang my sister and said, hey, can I stay at your house? And she's like, yeah. She goes, when are you coming? I said, tonight. She's like, okay. So, as I said, I am fascinated with dance music. And as you can hear by my excitement, very, very loving dance music. Anyway, Tomorrowland is the mothership of dance festivals. I don't know if you've heard it. If you have a look at my channels, on my channel, my videos, I have posted 2 videos of Tomorrowland. I never went to Tomorrowland. It is quite expensive and it's very hard to get tickets. But maybe I'll go next year. Watch the space. But I am dancing around my bedroom. Literally, I was in my bed listening to it because, again, it's in Europe, so it's playing on at 4 a.m. Starts in the morning on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning. Actually, it was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday mornings. 2 weekends in a row. I was on fire, waking up really early to listen to all the DJs, and all the big DJs play. Dimitri Vegas is a new DJ, well, not a new DJ, but a new DJ that I've started liking. I watched his set 2 weekends in a row. He was amazing. Armin played, and David Guetta. So David Guetta is probably one of the biggest DJs in the world. He's only come to Australia once, many, many moons ago. So anyway, I was watching it going, oh my gosh, I am literally jumping around my bedroom, dancing on my bed. I'm filming this. Yes, I know. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm filming it. I'm posting it online. It's like a midlife crisis lady. Instead of buying a car, she's dancing around on a bed, literally, and posting it. Anyway, that video got some good views. Probably felt sorry for me. But anyway, I was sitting there going, oh my God, this is amazing. I'd love to see this Mike, Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike. They're a team that play together. Anyway, I quickly Googled them, see when they play, if they play in Australia. No. And it brought up something in Ibiza. Oh, well, yeah, cool. So they do residencies in Ibiza. And then at the same time, I was listening to Armin van Buuren's set, and he said, okay, guys, thanks, Then it was basically closing of Tomorrowland for him. He goes, I'll see you in Ashua? I can never say this right. Anyway, this place, I'll put it in the link. In Ibiza, I'm playing my residency there. I'll see you on Sundays. I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I quickly just had a little look. I was like, oh yeah, he plays it, every Sunday. Well, I didn't know really how it worked in Ibiza, but they have DJs that kind of come monthly, and they change them, I guess. But they do periods, like they come every Friday. Like, for example, Dimitri Vegas plays on every Wednesday for like 6 weeks or something like that. Armin's playing every Sunday for an amount of weeks. Anyway, I just kind of looked at it and went, oh, geez, 2 DJs. Anyway, then I looked at these big clubs. Ushuaia, that's what's called. Ushuaia is like the biggest club they've got. These are mega clubs. They can fit like lots of people. So anyway, I was looking at the timetable, so to speak, and I saw David Guetta's playing. I was like, oh my gosh. And then he's playing at the other club too. High Ibiza is another place that's really big too. So he's playing on a Friday night and he's playing on a Monday night. I'm like, okay, right. And then, so there's like, I was like, okay, right. And then there's another festival on a Saturday night. I don't know, there's an older DJ, Ivan Van Dahl. Castles in the Sky. It's an amazing song. And he's playing on the festival. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, just for shits and giggles, I Googled on Skyscanner how much it would cost to get to Ibiza. I've always wanted to go, but I've ruled it out. It's so expensive. It's like ridiculously expensive. But I just humoured myself. Now, Googled it, and I'm safe. I don't have a passport. I don't have a valid passport. I'll let it expire over the pandemic. Why pay for a passport, years of passport, to sit there and not be used? So I was safe. Googled it. I think I got a flight. It was like $1,600. And I was like, wowzers. Okay, mind you, it was $1,600, but it took you like 50 hours to get there, like here, there, everywhere. Anyway, Diego comes in, he goes, what you doing? I said, oh, I'm just looking at flying to Ibiza. He's like, oh yeah, righto. I said, look, I can get there for $1,600, but it takes me 50 hours. He goes, well, what do you want to go there for? And I said, oh, all the DJs play there, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, it's really cool. In this particular week, all the DJs I'd love to see, plus Armin, see him again for the 5th or something time, are playing. So, like, wouldn't it be cool? He goes, oh, well, you haven't got a passport. And I was like, yeah, I know. Anyway, next day I went, oh, man, I'd love to go, but I don't have a passport. Took me the next day. I was driving home. I had about an hour and a half, and then I had to go on a Zoom. I literally got home, quickly applied for a passport online, printed off the paperwork, went down to the post office, got my photos, and paid for an express one for like 5 days. You can pay for an overnight one, but I didn't have an emergency, so I really couldn't get away with that one. But I could pay for a 5-day one, and I'll pick it up to get it faster. Literally, the next Tuesday, I am going in after work to pick up the passport. Guess what I did on the way home from picking up the passport? I rang the travel agent and said, can I get a flight to Ibiza? Yeah, sure you can. Like, $4,500. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can't do that. Anyway, I said to him, well, how about if I just, is there any cheap flights to London? Oh, yeah. He goes, oh, yeah. Anyway, there was a cheap flight, $1,600 to London. Okay, that's doable. So he just put on hold for me, got home and tried to see, how much it costs from London to Ibiza. I thought, okay, that's got to be cheap because, they're, the cheap airlines. Oh my gosh, it was a major drama because I had to get from Heathrow to Gatwick to Stansted or something like that, all the different cheap places. It just became a drama. So I was like, okay, give it a couple of days. And I was getting an email saying, hey, do you want this flight to London? I'm like, oh, not yet, just give me a day. So again, I went one more time and I found the perfect flight. Leaving from Heathrow, I fly in to Heathrow, so it leaves from Heathrow the next morning, so I don't have to change airports, straight to Heathrow, to Ibiza. I was like, okay, oh my gosh, could be doable. I just got my passport. You live once. Diego's dad was just going through really bad dementia. He had a really bad turn, and I thought, you know what, life's short here. Consequently, he's passed away since this time. That's how fast it came about. So I'm really glad I did this, but I booked that bloody flight, didn't I? And yeah, consequently, guys, I'm going to Ibiza. Ibiza, bitches. So, continuing on my story, I was just meeting up with my mum literally for 5 minutes because she wanted to meet me. She wanted to give me some money because she didn't want me to take any risks while I'm traveling. She's like, I know you're a seasoned traveler, but then that can also make you take risks. I know you try to do it cheap, so I want to give you some money so that you don't take those risks. Now back to my story in Brighton Beach. I've been looking at staying in the backpackers. Obviously I'm going to be getting in at like 1 a.m. in the morning, so I'm probably not going to go to a dorm room. I'm probably just going to book a private room. I found one really cool building, but for backpackers it's expensive. I was like, oh gee, that's expensive. Alarm's going off. That's expensive. It was, let me change the view, standing train station behind me. It was a backpackers, really nice, unique old building. I really want to stay there, but I was like, oh, $270 for 2 nights, that's expensive. Guess how much my mum just gave me? $300. Guess who's going to book that? Thanks, Mum. I'm going to Ibiza, bitches. Anyway, day 11.